Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday, March 24th. It is Palm Sunday. I'm meteorologist Keith Gibson here in the First Alert Weather Center. And let's dial up our camera in Shawano right now as we wait for folks to gather up on the stream here. We have snow developing across northeastern Wisconsin. And if you are watching on our Facebook stream, go ahead and get into the comments. I'm monitoring it with my phone. And if you happen to have some snowfall reports, give a location and a report of something that you've had this afternoon or this evening, some recent snowfall totals to add to the list here. We've had about 1 to 3 inches of snow locally here across the region over the last couple of hours, even more back to the northwest. So just want to see what you all have had so far this afternoon and this evening. This is a live view from Shawano, so we're going to get into the weather discussion and talk about where we are headed here. Let me bring up our dual box setup here. All right, folks, great to see you on this Sunday. We are dealing with another winter storm, and First Alert Viper Max is showing the snow that has now lifted north of Green Bay. We still have some snow from about Sturgeon Bay through northern Door County into parts of the UP, and it's really blossoming across the North Woods now, north of let's say the Brown County line out towards Oconto and Shawano, Lakewood. You're now into the mix. It's really coming down out towards Wausau, Stevens Point as well here this evening. And we're getting some pretty good snowfall rates, and we're getting some snow-covered highways here. So this is where we have had the snow shift. We've had the band of snow develop and lift through northeastern Wisconsin. As expected, we're getting into that lull in the valley, south and east. There's still a chance for a little bit of snow as we go throughout the next couple of hours here, but the snow band goes back down towards Watoma, Wapaka here, out towards Stevens Point. It's a little bit dicey along Interstate 39 right now and across the North Woods areas from Shawano back to the northwest because of the snow that is coming on down. So we have this band that is setting on up, and it goes back out towards Rochester, Minnesota and Eau Claire. This thing is lifting from south to north, and as we go throughout the next couple of hours, we will continue to expect the greater snowfall amounts, the highest snowfall rates to continue to shift north and west of Green Bay and Appleton. So if you were watching the stream from Green Bay, Fond du Lac, Oshkosh, Manitowoc, we have had some snow, and we are probably done with the significant snow in those areas. But back to the west and north of Interstate 41, we are looking at the best potential for some additional snow as we go throughout the rest of this evening. Here's a bigger picture, and that snow band is setting up as expected across central Minnesota, northern and central Wisconsin into the UP. There's warmer air to our south, and that's why it's raining in Iowa and far southern Wisconsin. And we will expect to see some rain showers around here later on tonight into tomorrow, especially as our region warms. So again, if you do have some snowfall reports and you're watching on our Facebook stream here on the WBAY Facebook page, just chime into the comments there with a report or an update on what you were seeing. But right now we have the snow that is taking place. Now, the 24-hour snowfall estimates here, this is just a radar estimate, but we've had about 1 to 3 locally with some higher amounts back to the west, and it's really starting to add up west and northwest of the Fox Valley here this evening. And one good thing to report with the snow that we've had, the fire danger now, as should come as no surprise, is low across the entire state, and that's the way it's going to be for the near term with the moisture and the snow coming on down. So we have on the DOT map, we have pink and we have blue. This is where we have snow and slippery stretches across a good chunk of the region right now. And that is going to be a problem, especially west and northwest of the Fox Valley as we go throughout the course of the night. A couple of snowfall reports here. The Green Bay Airport official observation from the National Weather Service office in Green Bay, 1.2 inches as of 7 o'clock. Wausau, about 3.5. Two Rivers, burst of about 3 inches there on the north side of town. That's the report. And Sherwood, about 2. So about 1 to 3 with the first band of snow that has moved on through northeastern Wisconsin, and now we will expect the heaviest amounts of snow to continue to be north and west of the Fox Valley. Not really changing our expectations as far as the snow potential here. We're really done with the significant snow, I think, from Green Bay south and east at this point, but we're watching out for totals that could be between 2 and 5 plus here from Watoma to Shawano back to Wasaki into the UP. And as we've been highlighting the last 1 to 2 days, the higher amounts likely to the northwest of there, Wausau, Rhinelander, Lakewood, west of Iron Mountain, Michigan, up into the north woods there, far northern Wisconsin, where there could be 4 to 8 inches, if not locally 10. So some very high snowfall amounts and snowfall rates will continue north and west of Green Bay and Appleton this evening before it tapers off or diminishes a little bit after midnight. Between now and about midnight or 1 a.m. is when we will see the most significant snowfall rates and coverage here across the northern part of Wisconsin. So we still have the winter storm warning. That is the area in the white there. That does include areas to the northwest of Shawano, Mountain, and out towards Rhinelander, Wausau. You are under that winter storm warning. Also Kashina, Menominee County, Wisconsin. But areas in blue from Stevens Point to Shawano to Marinette, Escanaba, winter weather advisories here for some lower amounts of snow. But let's just say north and west of the Fox Valley, a better chance for some of that snow as we go throughout the course of the next couple of hours. So as we have been expecting, a predictor doing a decent job here. This is not gospel by any means. It's not picking up on the complete picture, but it's doing the trend. It is shifting the heaviest amounts of snow where we have most of the significant snow now west of Interstate 41 and north in northern Door County. And this is going to take it farther north by midnight. So we will continue to see a little bit of a dry slot come on in from the south. Winds have been brisk from the southeast today, and they will continue to be very breezy tonight into tomorrow. Gusts at times up to around 30 miles per hour. Now, temperatures right now range anywhere from the upper 20s in the north to the low 30s to the mid 30s to the valley and the lakeshore. And we're basically going to be holding steady here this evening. So your temperature now is basically where it's going to be set for the lows tonight, and we may actually slowly warm as we go throughout the latter part of the night. But by midnight, a good portion of the snow is going to be focused well north of Green Bay and Appleton across the North Woods. And we will continue to expect that snow band to shift farther north with time. And for the morning commute, if you're concerned about travel in the morning, I don't really expect too many problems for Green Bay, Appleton, Oshkosh, the I-41 or even the I-43 corridor. It's just going to be too warm tonight, and the snow is going to be winding down. So no issues expected on a widespread basis. Some wet highways, yes. But back to the west and northwest, where we're getting the snow now and where it will linger a little bit overnight, that's where we're going to have some problems. And tomorrow morning about 7 o'clock, we will have some lighter precipitation around, likely some lighter rain showers farther south and across the north. There's going to be a mix of some snow, maybe a little bit of a light glaze, some light freezing rain or a wintry mix. That is the pink you see there. So we will start off the day Monday on a breezy note, cloudy, some rain showers south, a little bit of a wintry mix, and some dicey roads north. But notice how we go through time here. We're going to have some significant warming. So we have winter weather now into the first part of our Monday. By midday Monday, we're really warm enough everywhere for rain showers to take place here. And we'll start to warm up into the 30s and 40s going into midday tomorrow. Still breezy, rain showers likely, scattered rain during the course of the day. And by 5 o'clock, we will continue to warm anywhere from the near 40-degree range in the far north to perhaps the low 50s in the south here. And that will just continue the threat, that will get rid of the threat of any wintry weather. And we will continue with the mild air going into our Monday night and Tuesday morning. So we stay in the 40s. Look at this. We stay in the 40s for Tuesday morning with some scattered rain. I can't rule out a little bit of thunder, some rumbles of thunder at some point Monday night and the Tuesday morning. And as we get into the day Tuesday, we continue to be breezy. We're going to warm further into the 50s, perhaps a mid to upper 50s through the Fox Valley and down to the south. So out with the winter weather, in with a little taste of spring. The rain showers will continue, but gradually start to taper off a little bit going into our Tuesday afternoon. We'll eventually start to cool down the atmosphere a little bit Tuesday night, and if there's any moisture left, we may see a switch over back to a little bit of light snow, but that is not going to be a concern. And the rain that we'll have and the mild air that will be coming in over the next 2 days is likely going to melt a lot, if not all, of what's going to be falling this evening and tonight. But we'll take the moisture here, even though it will be very inconvenient if you happen to see some significant snow and some travel problems tonight, tomorrow morning. But it has been dry, folks. You know it. We've had those drought conditions and the fire threat. But we think over the next couple of days between now and Tuesday, pretty good chance for seeing maybe 1 to 2+ inches of total liquid here. And that is exactly what this region needs. We have drought conditions, and it's just been a tinderbox recently as far as the fire threat. So we'll take this moisture. It's looking pretty good. We just have to deal with the little wintry weather that's coming around here tonight. So looking ahead, Monday and Tuesday, much warmer, breezy, scattered rain, and there could be a few rumbles in there as well. So I do want to show you the temperatures across the region right now. We have 30s and 20s locally, but down in Chicago, it's 45, it's 47 in Des Moines, 59 in St. Louis, and we look to the south because that's the air mass that will be coming our way as we go throughout the next 24 hours, and we will be, let's see, in 24 hours from now, we should be well into the 40s across the entire area. So it's crazy that we're dealing with winter weather tonight. Travel issues, winter storm warnings, winter weather advisories, but that milder air is going to win out. Now, this is the big picture. This is a significant storm, and I was doing a little measurement before I started. Let's do this right now live, and this is about a 2,000-mile wide system, and from west to east, and it stretches about 1,500 miles from southern Canada down to the Gulf Coast. So this is really across the entire country right now. This is a massive storm, and we have the winter effects now. We'll have the milder, warmer effects as we go throughout the next couple of days. We're going to have some breezes, but as far as severe weather, thunderstorm activity, I don't think that's going to happen here. We'll just have some rain showers and some rumbles perhaps tomorrow night. Shouldn't have any severe weather. And as far as significant damaging wind gusts, gradient winds or anything like that, nothing we can't handle here with some gusts around 30 miles per hour over the next day or two. So it's a big storm, and it's going to be ruling our lives here for the next 2 days. But tonight we have the first alert weather day. That will continue for the overnight. We have the snow now, a little bit of a lull, and then some lighter precipitation later on tonight. Basically holding steady temperature-wise, but winds will be breezy/gusty at times here. So mid to upper 20s north and low to mid 30s south. Basically where we are right now, your temperatures really aren't going to be changing here as we go throughout the course of the night. Tomorrow, we're really looking at a big warm-up from the morning where we will start out in some spots with wintry weather. By the afternoon up north near 40 and perhaps in the low 50s south of the Fox cities. It's going to be a whole different world in about 24 hours, actually climbing above the average of 44. So that is where we are headed here. So real quick, your first alert 7-day forecast. I'm just going to bring this up full here. Okay, we've got breezes for Monday, Tuesday, 40s Monday, widespread 50s in a good chunk of the region on Tuesday, pushing 60 in some spots. So that's going to be feeling pretty good after the last couple of cool days here. And we'll cool down a little bit midweek, Wednesday, Thursday. Still a little bit breezy, a little bit brisk there Wednesday, 30s to low 40s. Pretty nice. I think probably the best day of the week overall as far as comfort, sunshine, lighter wind is actually going to be Thursday. So that's going to be a pretty nice day for us. And then we'll start to see a little bit more cloud cover by the end of the week. We're throwing in a chance for a few showers maybe late Friday, and also maybe a chance for a few rain or snow showers on Saturday. That's still a little bit iffy there. Right now we're thinking next Sunday, Easter Sunday, is going to be fairly cloudy with highs somewhere in the mid to upper 40s, not too terribly active, which is certainly good news. Nothing like what we're dealing with at this point. So that is where we are trending for the next couple of days here, the next 7 days. I'm going to go back and recap our radar imagery for folks that have come on into the stream a little bit later, just to kind of recap where we are and where we are likely going to be as we go throughout the rest of this evening. Appreciate it, Jeff, reporting about 3 to 4 inches a mile away from the lake. Okay. And Molly wondering about a snow day tomorrow. There could be a snow day across the far north, depending on how things shake out tonight, not so much farther south. So don't really anticipate any major winter weather issues to Green Bay, Appleton, and Fox cities down to the south or east. But you know what, we'll just have to monitor things back to the north. So let's get back to our Skycam network real quick, and let me bring up where we are at. So we showed you Shawano. Let's go to Sturgeon Bay real quick, and we've had our snow. You can see the snow that has dusted the landscape there in the foreground, but now we just have some low clouds on the back edge of that snow that is now shifting into northern Door County. Going back to our radar here, let me bring it up real quick. Okay, there we go. I've got to reshuffle a couple of things. But Manitowoc, let's go there. We had a pretty good snowy scene not too long ago. Things have simmered down. Shawano, let's go back to there. We still have some snow-covered streets, snow still coming down. And down in Appleton, again, we had a little bit of snow. That has diminished dramatically here since that snow band is lifted to the north. So going back to radar real quick, there we go. Okay. Jamie reporting about 3 inches between Crivets and Wasaki. Thanks, Jamie. I appreciate it. It's really good to fill in some of the gaps because radar tends to lose its luster the farther north from Green Bay the radar beam travels. It tends to overshoot some of the snow bands and the low-level clouds, and so we don't really get a good radar estimate as far as precip or snowfall. So we do appreciate the reports, especially north of Green Bay and the North Woods here. So about 3 inches between Crivets and Wasaki, and that's good to fill in where we've had that heavy snow band. And this is the current picture as of 8:20. This band is lifting north of Ocano now, north of Sturgeon Bay, well north of Green Bay and Appleton, but it lingers from Shawano up to Lakewood, through Menominee County, back towards Wittenberg, Wausau, Stevens Point, and it goes back down to the southwest. And there's a pretty good dividing line between something and nothing here, where it's basically dry. Well, it's basically stopped in the I-41 corridor and the I-43 corridor, but we still have some pretty good snow that goes back down to Wapaka, Watoma, Montello here, right along Interstate 39, and that band is basically, I suspect it's not going to move back into the Fox Valley at this point. We may get a little taste of it. There still could be a little bit of snow or precip here over the next little while, next couple of hours, but the darker blues, that is where we have the heavier snowfall and heavier snowfall rates, and that stretches back to Eau Claire down to Rochester, Minnesota, and this band is filling in a little bit and actually lifting to the north. And if you go down to Milwaukee or Madison, Rockford, Illinois, it's dry down there, and that's the dry slot that will continue lifting into northeastern Wisconsin as we go throughout the course of the overnight hours. So I would say all of our forecast, high-resolution forecast models really suggest that we will have the heaviest snowfall rates continue through about midnight or 1 a.m., and then this will really start to lift to the north. We'll get into that lull of precipitation, and we will start to have things simmer down just a little bit. Again, northwest of the Fox Valley tonight, there will be a host of travel issues. We can show you that with the DOT map. All of the pink showing up here, north and west of, and even northeast of Green Bay into Door County. These are where we have snow-covered highways, some slush, some icy spots, and that is a good chunk of northern Wisconsin right now, stretching all the way back to Minneapolis. So if you have travel plans tonight into tomorrow morning that will take you west or north of Green Bay and Appleton, that is where we will have some dicey travel during the overnight. And actually, I was looking at one of the DOT cams in western Wisconsin, parts of Interstate 90 was shut down due to a crash, and the traffic was really backed on up. So if you do have to travel in some snow-covered highways tonight, just take it extra easy, extra slow. If you just go slow, you will have a much better chance of getting to where you need to go here. So a couple of other reports. Connie reporting about 3 inches in Sturgeon Bay right now. Thank you very much, Connie. I do appreciate that. And adding to the list here, again, officially in Green Bay, 1.2. About 3 inches in Two Rivers, 3.5 in Wausau. That was as of 7. They've likely had more. 2 inches down towards Sherwood. So there's our snowfall expectation. Still a chance of 4 to 8 plus back to the northwest. A swath of 2 to 5 in areas adjacent to the Fox Valley. But we've had our snow, I think, in Green Bay, Appleton, now Sturgeon Bay, south and east. So the damage is basically done there. Rob reporting about 3 inches in Tigerton, and that's in western Shawano County. So we're getting into the western part of Shawano County where we still have some decent snow occurring, and also about 3 inches of snow on the ground. So quick review, winter weather advisories in the blue northwest of Green Bay. That does include Shawano. And winter storm warnings back to the northwest of there where we think the heaviest amount of snow will be. So one more quick look at predictor. The snow beginning to lift slowly back to the north. By midnight, we'll get that dry slot that we just mentioned that is across southern Wisconsin that will start to lift back to the north a little bit. Temperatures holding steady, perhaps slowly rising by the time we wake up. And for the commute tomorrow morning, Green Bay, Appleton, Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, don't anticipate any major problems. Manitowoc, Sheboygan either. But maybe parts of far northern Door County where we've had snow this evening, stretching back into the North Woods from Shawano back to Wapaka and out towards Wausau, Rhinelander, and those locations where we will have snowfall tonight. And still a chance for some wintry mix in the morning before we really warm back up into the 40s going into early afternoon with widespread rain showers by 5 o'clock or so on Monday. So that is where we are headed here, folks. I hope you, if you're getting the snow now, enjoy it. It's good moisture. It's a little bit of an inconvenience. I know we've just been clamoring for moisture around here, but at least we're getting some moisture even though it is snow. And if you do have to do some traveling, be extra careful if you are running into the snow. But this is going to be a distant memory in less than 24 hours, and then we'll have some nice spring-like warmth here, and we'll take the 40s into our Tuesday morning. Still breezy tomorrow and Tuesday, but that will the trade-off will be rain showers and warmer 50s here on Tuesday. So any snow that we are getting right now is going to be out of here. So that's where we are headed over the next 1 to 2 days, and hopefully you have a safe Sunday evening and Monday morning. Be extra careful out there with any snow you happen to encounter, and we'll make it through. We're hardy folks here, and this is probably not the last snow of the season, but you never know, and it is late March, and we still have about another month of possible snow activity here. Let's hope. Last year we had that snow on May 1st, but let's just say about another month of potential snow, but we're about ready to turn the page on some of this wintry weather, but at least we're getting some of that moisture here tonight. So that's a quick weather update for you. We'll see you with the very latest tonight at 10 o'clock on WBAY TV. And of course, we'll have the very latest tomorrow morning. Bo Fogel in for Steve Balon in the morning. He'll have the latest radar check very early, starting at 4:30 in the morning. So with that, I'm going to let you go and have a great Sunday evening, and we'll see you on TV later on tonight.